I'm going to tell you the fastest and easiest way to extend your tourist visa in Brazil. Let's do it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm the TMax. I make videos about language, travel, and culture. I'm currently living in São Paulo, Brazil, and I just needed to extend my tourist visa for another 90 days so that I can continue to live and study here. First thing to note, the process is actually quite easy. No need to be anxious. I was actually a bit worried, like, oh no, is this gonna work out? Super easy. You could actually do it in one day if you really wanted to.
Super easy, barely an inconvenience.
It's about as easy as getting your CPF. And if you haven't learned how to do that yet, click the link in the description right below the like and subscribe button to check out the video that I did about how to get your CPF. So let's talk about how to do this. The rule in Brazil is that you can renew your tourist visa, aka the stamp that you got in your passport when you arrived, with no more than 4 weeks left on that entry date and no less than 2 weeks. To make everything easy, I've linked everything in the description below, right below the like and subscribe buttons, so you can get right to the resources that you need. The first step is to go online and fill out the form for Prorrogar Estada. It's your basic information, your name, your parents' name, the address of where you're staying at, if you have a CPF, and if you have a phone number here in Brazil. Once you fill out this form, you'll get a PDF, and you need to print this form out and take it with you as part of your total package. The second step is to go to this website where you can fill in your information, and you need to click the correct code, which I've also included in the description. It's this code here, and you input that in and it automatically calculates the price that you're going to have to pay. The current cost of visa extension is 110 reais and 44 cents. Once you fill out this form, you'll be prompted to make an appointment using their agenda website. It doesn't work in São Paulo, so don't worry about it. Just show up to the police station without an appointment and you'll be perfectly fine. One caveat, I heard that you can pay online, but I cannot find the link and I haven't figured out how to do it, so I had to go to the physical bank. But if you know that link and want to share it with us in the comments below and I can pin it so we can all benefit, that would be awesome. So the next step for me was to go to the bank, and you have to do the payment at Banco do Brasil. No other bank will allow you to do this. When you go, take cash, because when you go to Banco do Brasil, you can't pull money out of their ATMs if you don't have an account with them. I also tried to go to the Santander across the street. Same thing, I couldn't take money out because I don't have an account with Santander. I ended up going to the shopping mall nearby and went to this funky like e-towel looking ATM. They have a limit on how much money you can take out. That's 100 reais. I have to pay 110 reais. So you end up having to do 2 transactions and pay 2 fees. Luckily, I had 20 reais cash, so I only took out 100 and only paid the fee one time, which was 24 reais. But if you have to make that transaction twice, you pay a huge fee for such little bit of money. It's only 100 reais, but they gave me 8 10s and 4 5s. But then when I arrived in Brazil and I went to the ATM at the airport and I pulled out 500 reais, they gave me one $500 bill or 5 100s, you know, something ridiculous where you want small change and they don't give it to you. And then when you just like, give me 100, they're like, no, I'm gonna give you all the little tiny change. So yeah, Murphy's Law or something. So I went to the Banco do Brasil on a Monday afternoon at 1:30. There was nobody there. I walked in, walked out. I speak a little bit of Portuguese because I've been here for a while, but I'm sure if you didn't speak it, somebody there would speak some English. And the next day I went to the Policia Federal. I took with me 4 documents. The proof of payment for the prorrogação, the form that they had me fill out on the first page, the email that I have from booking.com that says I'm staying in this hostel, and I included 3 months bank statements showing that I had proof of funds, proof of income, since I'm a digital nomad. Before I even started this process, I was on the internet looking for information and I couldn't find much. I did come across one video on YouTube where the guy had some pretty good information. I'll leave his link in the description below. His video is much longer and more thorough, and he's in Rio, so maybe that video will be more helpful for you. I wasn't exactly sure which documents to take, so I just printed out these 4 documents hoping that they would be what I needed. So on a Tuesday afternoon at 2:30, I took the Ruby Line 7 to the Lapa metro stop. I walked about 10 minutes to the Policia Federal building, walked straight into the front door. There's maybe 3 people waiting, but they had 5 attendants. So I walked straight up to the front of the desk. The guy asked for my passport. He asked me in Portuguese. I handed it to him. He saw that it was US. He immediately started speaking to me in English. He just said, what do you want? I was like, I'm here for a visa extension. He said, okay, 3rd floor. Walked up to the 3rd floor, went to this department that said fines and police. And I was like, hold on, I don't want to pay a fine. But then below that, it had visa extensions. And I walked right up to the counter. I handed him actually just my passport and all my paperwork. He gave me a number, said, okay, just go sit in the waiting room. I waited maybe 10 minutes. A different cop called me up. Again, spoke to me in perfect English, didn't even try in Portuguese. I was like, fine. He explained, yeah, you got the visa extension. here's your information. They kept all the paperwork that I gave them, and they just gave me a stamp in my passport that says I can stay to a certain date, and I walked out. The whole process was maybe 15 minutes from the time I entered the police station to the time I left. I just wanted to make this video to share with you guys that this process is not that difficult. I really don't know what paperwork I actually needed because they didn't say and I didn't ask. So I spent quite a bit of time researching on the internet, on YouTube and Google, trying to figure out how to do this process, and I couldn't find anything concrete and specific, and I decided I should just make a video that will help other people get this thing done. Super easy process, nothing to worry about. Honestly, I could have done this whole process in one day. I kind of did it over the course of a week or two because I filled out the form and then I was kind of researching to make sure I had all the right information, and then I did the bank thing and again trying to figure out what the right information was, and then I went to the police station just hoping for the best, and it worked out. This is what worked for me. I hope it works for you too. If you're trying to do this, feel free to leave comments below, questions if you have them. Again, if you have information that will be helpful for other viewers, feel free to leave that in the comments as well. And again, if you want to check out that CPF video, I will probably link it here in one of these things you can click. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.